Welcome back for another video. I'm Eharbad, a free-to-play endgame player in Raid Shadow Legends. So let's talk about a rather large, Elva-shaped elephant in the room. 20 sacred shards for a guaranteed champion. As a starting point, let's all agree that this is egregious. I don't think anyone will dispute that 20 sacreds is simply too much for a guaranteed champion. Firstly, Plarium have anchored expectations that 15 sacreds is the number. We have had a number of guaranteed summoning events at 15 sacreds, and this has created player expectation. Plarium do this to anchor player expectations in their favour all the time, such as pricing of resources and scarcity of resources. So I have to conclude that they are well aware of how anchoring works. Secondly, Plarium sets the market price of sacred shards very high, even with the so-called good value packs that have come out during this Cyber Week. It makes the pricing point of a 20 sacred champion objectively obscene. Essentially, they create value packs offering discount rates for resources, but then punish their players by removing those resources in-game. This is happening twofold. Firstly, they up the shards required by an eye-watering 33%. Way above any inflation measure in the world, and simultaneously ended the summon rush after just one day to ensure no player could get any additional resource return from summoning. This is the first ever guaranteed champion that hasn't coincided with either a CVC or a summoning event. To get this champion, players must use 10,000 summon rush points for nothing. Lastly, if Plarium are reacting to lower resource usage and higher saving rates amongst their players, then ultimately they have to look at themselves. They've failed to enhance the 2x and 10x summoning events to encourage players to continue pulling shards during those events, and now they're punishing players for saving shards due to the other events that they run being poor value. This is directly attributed to the never-ending champion pool dilution and their lack of imagination in terms of the summoning events that they've been churning out over the years. So that's my rant out of the way. Now for a dose of realism. There are only 3 forms of practical protest that we players have. One, and most powerful, is stop spending. Now since I'm free to play, that isn't an option for me. 2, and the second most powerful, is to stop playing. And 3, the least powerful, is to not engage in a given event. Now, both these last 2 are within my control. I can quit the game, and I can choose not to participate in a given event. Last time I tested a guaranteed champion event was Lady Kimmy. They had moved the guaranteed off of a weekend where it would coincide with a 10x and a summon rush, and placed it during a CVC instead, with no summon rush overlapping. Unfortunately, I was alone in this protest, and many participated. The only person to lose out was me. Now this time it does feel different. There is certainly a lot more consensus in the community that this is wrong. But the truth is, the vocal community of Raid, those who are watching YouTube videos such as this, are a tiny portion of the overall player base. I don't think Plarium care that much about our views. So where does that leave us? I could quit playing. It's certainly an option. There's nothing binding me to the game. I don't create this content as a vocation. It's simply a hobby. Enjoy the challenge of playing a pay-to-win game free to play and sharing my strategies and tactics to help others progress their accounts. For the time being, I'm not seriously considering quitting, but it is in my mind if the trajectory of the game through 2023 follows an extension of how the game has evolved in 2022. Empowerment, Hydra, Iron Twins, and the Awakening systems I all think have been badly designed and executed. Conversely, I actually thought Doom Tower was one of the best content they've ever added and completely revitalized the game for me. I didn't hate Tag Team as much as others, and I thought The Forge was an amazing addition to the game. 2021 was really a good year. So will I pull these 20 sacreds for Elva? I honestly don't know. I have the shards. I don't need the legendary books or the chickens that the Summon Rush should have had. And I do want the champion. However, I also don't feel good rewarding this cynical, dare I say, malicious strategy from Plarium. Whatever I end up deciding, I think they should feel ashamed.